I am Fezziwig, gonna roll through another episode of What's Good in the Hood. And today I wanted to start off by giving a shout out to GeoGrip. They're recruiting session members for their skate team. It's a team that's got both Skater XL and session members. I've never personally played Skater XL, but footage looks rad. So if you want to check these guys out, geogrip.fs on Instagram, and there's links down below to get a hold of. I can't remember exactly. It's like Tech on Discord, but if you follow the links, it'll get you there, and you can hit them up and send your submissions and see what they got to say. I guess they've been around for a couple of years now, since 2020, and they are all original artwork, nothing's off the internet, and they've got members on 4 different continents, which is super rad. So just do a quick bit of the video here so you get an idea of what kind of skating they're up to. I enjoyed what I was watching so far, and I think it'll be rad to see the collaboration between the two games, because I don't care what game it is. I play session because that's what I play, but I mean, skateboarding is the fucking best. So I think it's cool to bring the communities together, and yeah, so hit these guys up, follow the links, and you can see what's good with them. I wanted to do a quick reminder about the Buster Bail. I believe today is the last day for submissions. I don't know if it's closed yet or not, but definitely if you got some last minute footage of FDR, throw it in, because today will be the last chance. If not, stay tuned for what's to come, because that's gonna be fun. See what people come up with. I've already spotted a few of the clips on YouTube as I've been digging through. It's looking good. You can find the links down below in the description for how to get a hold of these guys. I love this right there. That's one of my favorites. I think that's so sick. But yeah, don't forget to check that out. We want to make sure that we got people involved in these things, because we want to make them big. I think it's fun. I think it's rad. And I did want to do a quick Instagram shout out to Sessionascension, because I saw this clip. I'm gonna make it full screen, of bouncing off the sign. I love shit like this. I have a couple of edits, Optimus Primo, and I love the fact that they let you do Primo in this game. It's just so much fun. That was a good example of it, so definitely give this guy a follow, and links will be in the description. It's tons of fun. Tons and tons of fun. Alright. So the main thing I wanted to focus on with this stream is, or at least this segment of the stream, is that modding in textures onto decks and stuff has been made super easy by the community. I am not very good with computers. I am technologically illiterate on a very deep level. Somehow managed to figure it out fairly quickly in the grand scheme of things, and I wanted to give a shout out to JL Nightmare here. He has an awesome video on how to install the Session Mod Manager, and he explains it in such a way that I really couldn't. So definitely give this guy a follow. He's got tons of good session content in general. Really professional, and just super helpful. So if you're going to try to do modifications, I suggest checking this out. If you're not familiar with Session Mod Manager, he goes through it in good detail. So props to this guy. He's got a good thing going on. And the tutorial video that I followed was this one, Killer by Nature 480. He does a really great job of taking you step by step through the process and showing things like as simply as possible. The only difference between now and then, because this video is a few years old, is that here it says 4.2, but we're now in March at 4.27.2, so that's like the only real difference to the process, other than it looks like they made it easier since the last patch to mod skins and textures, which I think is great because I'm not savvy with this stuff, right? So, but I'm gonna start off by showing how quick and easy it is to get this going. So down below in the description will be links to UModel, which you need to view the packages that you want to modify, the Unreal Mod Unlocker and the Session Mod Manager, and that from the Jail Nightmare tutorial. You'll need Epic Games Unreal Engine 4.27.2, and the GIMP editor is what I use to view the texture files that come from the packages from UModel, because it was free and it is a surprisingly useful tool. I only do the basics with it, so we're not trying to do a tutorial on GIMP, but I figured out how to make it work for what we're doing. So yeah, I'm going to start off by opening UModel, and you're going to want to select your sessions folder. I have mine pinned here, but you follow through the Steam into the Steam Apps Common session, and you want to select this one in particular. I'm just going to go select folder and OK, and it'll call for an encryption key, which there's a link down below to a tutorial from the Killer by Nature, and you can copy it from there, or you can try to catch it from the stream. I don't know. Oh, here we go. That's much better. Let's start this again. We're going to cancel. We're going to cancel. And this is why it would be nice if somebody was in the chat room to tell me that I didn't have the right scene selected. Okay, so now that we've actually got the screen up here and you can see what I'm doing, we want to open up UModel. So I use UModel 64, and then we select our sessions folder, which I have pinned, and you can see here the pathway. I'm not going to follow it all the way through. It's in the program files, 86 Steam, yada yada yada. Select folder, and you want to make sure that it's the session folder. And then OK. And then it's going to ask you for the encryption key, which will be in the links down below in the Killer by Nature section. We add that in there, and it'll pop up with this, and then we want to look at customization, and we're going to take characters. This is for the male, this is for the female. We want to do upper body, brands, and I'm going to do the ESP burgundy hoodie because that's what I've got equipped. So we're going to go export, or no, we want to go open. Select your Unreal Engine 4.27, and then it'll bring up this screen. And when you're here, you can it just confirms that you're looking at the right object. So then you go export current object, and you can choose which folder. Mine goes to some random one. I have never bothered to change it. And then we go File, Open Package. And we're going to go down to skateboards. deck graphics, and we're going to do the anti-lanta, and I believe this is the asset that I have. We'll just double check. We'll open it. Yep. So this is the deck we're going to be modifying. Tools, export current object. It'll send it to its own path in that same folder. File, open package. We're going to run down to the wheels, brands. I've got the Autobahns, and the ones I've got equipped are the ABX, I believe it's Tours 52. I'm going to click open, and I'm going to click export object. Okay, so in theory I should be able to close UModel. Pop. And I just need to mute my mic and take a quick sip of water here. Alright, so now that we've got our textures out, we're going to go into the UModel export folder, so wherever your pathing is, and it'll bring up the game folder. And so then we're going to go all the way through the files here to the upper body. Okay, so then when this opens up, it should pop up in GIMP and give us this image. Now, I am not very good at doing this kind of stuff, so I just do the easiest way, and I just take my logo, open it as a layer, make sure I select my movie tool, grab it, put it over top of where their logo was, just for simplicity's sake in this case. It looks like this canvas is where you can adjust where the logo goes, and I did manage to do that with my other hoodie. And then open as layers, open, and we'll move that guy over here. And then we're going to select this layer, take the selection tool, take a nice chunk of that, we're going to copy it, paste, we're going to drag it up, we're going to paste, we're going to drag it up, we're going to paste, we're just going to cover up that logo, and then you go File, Export As, select the original document, Export, Replace, Export, and then we can close this down, discard changes, and then we're going to go up the pathway to our skateboards. We're going to select our deck graphic, and it comes up as 512 by 2048. So I have just pre-made an image that I'll just add as a layer on top of this. And then I just go File, Export As, reselect that, Export, Replace, Export, close that down, discard changes, and then we're going to go up to the wheels. We're going to select our brands. We're going to go to the Autobahn. We're going to open that guy up. And then we're going to go File, Open as Layers, Desktop. I didn't spend too much time on the wheels yet because I've been busy, but I wanted to just give it a try and see if I could do it, and it worked out, so I'm stoked. So then I delete that layer out so that image is gone. This one is 512 by 512, so I just made a 512 by 512 transparent image. File, export as, save it as the original, export, replace, export, close, discard changes, and then we can just double check to see that it saved the file as is. Close that. Alright, and so then we go to our Epic Games. We want to launch the Unreal Engine. I shouldn't have closed that one. Alright, so now that we're at this menu, you select Games, Next, Blank, Next. You want to make sure it's a blueprint, desktop, and no starter content. It might have with starter content, you want none. So I'm going to change this to Stream Deck Wheel Hoodie. Create project. It's going to load up, do its thing. I'm just going to double check something here 1 sec. So what we want to do is, I'll do that later actually. UModel, this guy. We want to grab the game folder that all of our exports went into from the UModel, like where you exported to and then selected your files from to modify, and you'll just drag that whole folder into here. And now you'll see your photos down below, and then you want to get that out of the way. Go Save All, Save Selected, File, Cook Content for Windows, and it's going to pop up here with this little doodad, and if all goes well, it'll say it's complete, and then you can close that down, and then you go into your folder where you saved everything, and this is the, you want to go into saved, cooked, Windows no editor, into here, content, and then this folder here, you want to add it to an archive, and then rename it to whatever your mod is. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open here, and I'm just going to show you when we load up the map. So I'm wearing the ESP hoodie. I've got the anti-deck, and then if I go into the replay editor here quick, I'll show you the wheels. You can see what they look like. So then we're going to close down the game. And then I'm going to take the file that we just created, and I'm going to drag that up to here. I'm going to click on import, and now you can see it's up in the list here. I'm going to select my map. I'm going to load my map. I'm going to start session. And then when we look, I'm wearing a Wigs TV shirt. There's my Allegiant deck. And if I go into the replay editor, you can see the Wigs TV wheels. So it's that easy. And it should, in theory, work. I love this. I love that Spargo. I've been running this map, and he gave a little shout out here. I think that's sick. But yeah, So, as you can see, it's really not that difficult to modify session. And I really hope that when the game is fully released, that they just have a feature where you can just add skins and textures to decks and wheels and all that kind of thing. And even if they found a way to import your own clothing or customize your own clothing somehow, because that was surprisingly simple. And I am not a particularly technologically inclined human being. So shout out to the tutorials, Jail Nightmare, Killer by Nature, and GHFear on the Illusory Discord. I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and I just randomly messaged, and instantaneous response and very helpful. And you know, you dig through the Illusory Discord and you'll find that there's tons of people who are like really good at modding sessions. And if you were interested in going further than doing simple modifications, definitely check that out. I've got links down in the description on how to get there. They all seem to be really helpful people. I haven't had a ton of time to look, and I probably won't go much farther than where I have gone. But it's just a fun way to really make session personal, and I think it would be sick if they would give us the opportunity to modify those things in game legitimately further in the future. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that concludes my episode of What's Good in the Hood. One last, oh, I closed the window. Wow, you know, don't forget to check out the Baylor Bust if you can submit in time today, and definitely check out the footage after the fact, the winners. I'm sure it'll be great. Check out GeoGrip. They seem like a rad group of people, and I think it's cool that they're trying to pull the community together, and I don't see why there is a division personally. I mean, skateboarding is skateboarding, and it's sick no matter what. So definitely give them a check out if you're looking for a team. And yeah, Instagram, it's fun. There's tons of cool guys, and that Session Ascended clip was one of my favorites that I've seen recently. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the modifications and learned something. If you have any questions about that process, definitely get at me, but you're most likely to get answers from Illusory and, you know, guys like Spargo. He's always available on his Discord, or at least I've never had a problem getting a hold of him. And yeah, it's pretty rad what these fucking guys are doing. So that's a quick and easy way to get the clothing that you would like to have. But I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break here and fix some of my settings because I did not do things correctly, unfortunately. So I just need but a moment. A new window would be nice. Okay, so we're gonna go select this, playlists, throw that guy on. I'm gonna move tab to a new window, Streamlabs. Oh no. Well, apparently I am having some issues. I'm gonna check while I'm still here. on the other computer. Sorry for the technical difficulties. You can mute that. And I'm going to Twitch. I'm heard but not seen. Oh, Taryn is here now. Excellent. Good to see you. With caps too, I see. Haha, you just gotta yell your excitement to the world, man. So, can you see me at all, Taryn? Am I coming across at all? Huh. It says I'm live. What if I check YouTube? My channel. It says I'm live. Huh. Well, there is video feed on YouTube, but not Twitch. Let's just see. T-Bone, can you see me on Twitch? Can you hear me? Am I there? Because it looks like I'm working on some of them. I'm just going to pause that. I'm going to go to Twitch. I need to mute that. It says I'm online and streaming session, but it's not showing video on on Twitch. Black screen says offline. Interesting. Okay, so I am live on YouTube, but apparently not on Twitch, and that is very strange. So let's open up. My settings, stream. It says I'm logged in. Huh. Very interesting. No, black screen says offline. Yeah, I see that. Can you check YouTube for me? That's so weird. That's just so fucking weird. I just did that whole half-hour segment, essentially, talking with no video feed, but the camera's working. I can see it all good. And if I go to YouTube on the other computer, I'm trying not to like use up too much bandwidth, but I'm gonna go on there, I'm gonna click on that, I go to my channel, it says I'm live. Huh. Yo, 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 there he is. So is it working over here, like on YouTube? Yeah, I can see me moving back and forth. Okay. Interesting. That's so weird. So weird. Well, I I think I'm going to end the stream and then try to send it live. So if you guys can just stick around for 2 minutes,